Guys, I want to get loud all of a sudden.
Do it.
Sorry, I'm going to.
It's you. I knew it was coming.
I'm sorry, guys.
Can't
but I
hold 'em
need
back.
to do that.
It is. You feel like Poseidon chucking that bugger down in the water.
Sucking that bugger. Did you butt out that deer?
I did not butt out that deer, but the next one I get, okay, it's getting its butt out.
Is that little Stevie out here in the back?
Drobop. Bow drop, I'm sorry. Drobop. Hello. Stay tuned. I'll be back after my seizure.
Every little chipmunk that was running around, everything's dead quiet, and I went, like, that just happened.
I saw what is in essence a nature-gasm.
Good evening and welcome to the Rutten River Pursuits podcast. We are gathered around the Sonic campfire tonight for what could possibly be the final episode of 2017.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'm sad.
Yeah, me too. It's
been a good run this year.
It's been an awesome year. Before we get into it,
Let's get into it. I'm just kidding.
who's with us tonight?
I'm Will.
This is Dave.
I'm Catfish.
I'm Steve.
This is a small, intimate group tonight.
It's the smallest we've had all year.
I'm happy about that. I got more Christmas cookies because the other guys weren't here.
Yeah. There's plenty to go around, huh?
I didn't get the end of the Stromboli. It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's good when when Ryan and Kyle and Phil aren't here to eat all the Stromboli. We love you guys, but stop eating the middle of the Stromboli.
The heel. There's two heels to every Stromboli.
There is.
What an amazing year. We had a great year.
I'm trying to reel it in right now.
Are you reeling it in?
I'm reeling in the year.
See what you did there.
And I personally, this is Will, want to tell.
Hi, Will.
Well, I just want to tell everyone who's listened throughout the year, some of the new people, I feel like this is a little bit more and more about you guys as well as it is us. And I'm just thankful for the interactions on the social media and Facebook.
It's shaping up to be the people's podcast.
Yeah, it really is. I really, really enjoy, the interactions that we've and the friends that we've made over the last year. It's just, I feel like we've always had our little group of guys. We've always had that, and it's tight. It's never been tighter, but it just feels like it's growing all the time, and I love it.
I wonder if other podcasts have their guests text them on personal threads constantly after
Every day,
like
several
every time we
times
have
a
somebody
day.
on our thread, we are family builds.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I don't get any work done.
No.
Look at this, man. I was talking to Greg Krebs on the thing today. He killed a beautiful big male yote.
Big male coyote.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
What was it, 30 pounds? 30 couple pounds?
33 something,
I
yeah.
don't know if he would have got a scale.
It's a big one.
Travis from
Christmas.
GP calls and talks to me about all the ducks he's seen. I get texts from Tyler. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's not like an interview where you interview somebody that's super cool and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's weird.
It's fun to also root for those people too when you just see they shot a nice buck or their kids shot
Like
it their
the
first
J&J
year or
boys.
Yeah.
just we're making more of a community. Anybody we get on this podcast, we're definitely friends with them past the interview.
Yeah.
And we're rooting for them to do great things in the outdoors. So it's been fun for that aspect too.
Yeah.
We're rooting for Ant Glasgow Jr.
Well, we got to watch him catch a muskie right?
every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
While he's wearing a fur and boxer shorts and a stogie,
and some
smoking
rings.
a pipe.
Lots of rings.
Oh, I like his rings.
Glass of wine.
I wish I
And-
could wear rings like that.
I'm
just
just
can't
sad
pull
I
it
haven't
off.
had a chance to talk to him yet. I can't wait to hang out with that guy.
I can't
Yeah.
believe you haven't.
I haven't either.
That's crazy. Really?
I've not
Neither
been
one
on a
of you.
podcast with him.
No,
Ah.
you know who else I didn't get a chance to talk to was Larry Dalbert. Thanks a lot for that, David Kyle.
Sorry, bud.
Sitting
Thanks for
in
the heads
you.
up.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Will
Sat
told
out
me
for
to
you.
keep that as a surprise, though.
Yeah.
That was
And
the
then I had to
executive
work.
producer
I was sitting
made
at
that
work.
decision.
sitting at work while we had Larry Dahlberg on the show, and then
Larry Dahlberg.
yes, and then guess what? 8-hour shift went by, and I X-rayed 4 people. It was such a boring night. I should have drove away and came back.
Yeah.
And the whole time I was sitting there thinking, I could be talking to Larry Dahlberg.
You know, I learned so much in that episode, and it was, I don't know, he broke it down into a science and an art at the same time. A lot of the different concepts about predator fish that I never, one of the things he kept mentioning was, predator fish will strike at a bait not just because they're hungry, but because it's something that doesn't belong in the water. And I never, you see these strange looking, soft plastics that are 10 different colors that don't resemble anything even remote to what, is natural in their habitat, but that those predator fish will hit it because it doesn't belong there. And that's part of their job, is to get out the things that don't belong.
Yeah. I think he's inspired some of us to be better fishermen.
Absolutely.
I have to just, like Phil, I have to throw out Phil this year, I think, has come so far in his fishing career, getting back into it.
Yeah.
And he's learned so many hard lessons this year. 4-pound tests don't work.
We got his boat out.
Don't fish around Stevie on the rocks.
Or anywhere for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah, he got his boat out of hibernation. Come a long way this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was even smacking the panfish that night we were out at the lake. It was fun. Everybody else was going for bass.
Yeah.
And he was dedicated to catching a nice crappie, and he did.
Yeah.
He pulled it off. So
Yeah, he was out fishing on Lake Mead on the little bass boat that I have, and he is a multitasking fool because he can talk on the phone and catch crappies with the best of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He does enjoy it. You can see it in his face that he has found his old passion has reunited with the water. It's just, he's been doing really good this year.
You remember him telling us that story? I think it was when your dad was in town. And we were all at Lake Mead. Phil was telling us how he's coming back into fishing, and we laughed like crazy about him hooking something on the 4-pound test and almost spoiling them. And his excuse was because I haven't been fishing in 7 freaking years or something like that.
Oh, he's doing great.
Yeah.
Well, we almost got spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stevie and I. Did we tell you the story of us going striping fishing?
No, I never heard about it. No.
Yeah. On the pier this year. Stevie actually took me to a pier that I have never been on.
We this would be like the 8th time that we heard about
Are you
it.
sure?
I have a pier net if you guys want to borrow it this year, or
We
take
could
me
have used
along.
it. Actually, I think these fish were too big for a pier.
Oh, it would have broke the net.
Yeah.
That's a good thing when that happens.
You needed
a crane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely
And a
some
bucket-
kind of
bucket
crane,
truck.
bucket truck.
Daniel's son.
Not that kind of crane, but
We did. It was a pretty amazing day.
and hopefully that in
Boy, grab the pier net. Never mind.
hopefully that inspires some of you guys next year to come with us in April. It's a few short months away. It's during trout season. When trout season's starting here, that's when it's getting hot down there.
I don't think I can make it. I have plans to catch
A trout.
at least a trout. I'm gonna need a trout rack.
That's my goal. My goal for you next
hold all
year
the
is
trout.
to get you out trout fishing.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll give you a call.
Yeah,
You're getting pretty set up for trout this year.
I went out of my way
You did.
for these trout, and
What'd you do? What'd you get?
I don't want to say exactly quite yet.
Did you get some waders, some bibs?
And some love.
Yeah.
No, I got all my trout rods, brand new trout rods, brand new. I got about 700 different trout magnets. Old trout magnet Steve's going to be all fired up for that.
Yeah.
I love trout magnets.
Man, all I use is sweet corn.
Do you?
Canned sweet corn.
I just
Corn.
got some trout magnets for Christmas.
That's my trout magnet.
Is it?
It's,
Man, I don't
you're
know.
definitely not going to catch a 10-pound brown on a candy corn.
You might. I don't know.
Gummy worms. We might have eaten some gummy worms this year.
We
We did hammer the
Put
gummy
a-
worm.
Yeah.
put a dent in the gummy worm business.
I tell you what, though, too, like newer to pier fishing, there was something really magnetic about you? You really enjoyed yourself. Will, you enjoyed yourself this year.
Fishing. Period.
You could tell
Yeah.
you enjoyed pier fishing,
Oh, yeah.
especially Stevie style.
Like
Run back
fishing
and forth,
with my
back and
peers.
forth. Yes,
It was all.
on the pier.
Yeah, but that the episode you guys did, I fished there multiple times when I go visit my in-laws, and that's just a neat pier to be on.
I love it.
It's an old bridge.
There's
And-
cats. There's cats everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you can catch on to some stripers too. I mean,
I had a striper on that morning.
yeah, it's just different. I mean, the
I'll
cars.
take you to the blood.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just you can catch crabs off that pier. You can do anything. You know,
It's
fun-
a long
fun
pier,
place.
though. It's a long
You almost
walk,
want a
'cause-
bicycle.
Well, Stevie likes
Yeah.
to fish at the end of the pier.
You got to get away from the crowd.
Yeah.
It's like a 1.5 mile walk to
It's
the
a
end
hike.
of the pier.
Yeah, this is the Bill Burton fishing pier down in near Cambridge, Maryland, over
Yeah.
the Chop Tank.
That was fun. It was a little windy out, but it was fun.
Yeah.
That's great. Windy for the podcast, but I mean, we caught 4 decent sized catfish, whatever.
And a
4.
ton of those little
think
white
so.
perch looking things.
Oh,
we
they
caught.
couldn't keep them off your.
That-
Off
that's
your
that's a
bloodworm.
fun place to fish at night too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never fished there at night, but I've heard
Yep.
people say that the
Yeah.
same thing.
I mean, there's lights. It's lit. There's
Yeah.
like the little street lamps the whole way out, and
Don't tempt me
You
with.
know
a
what's
good
really
time.
cool is the other bridge runs parallel to it because that's like the old bridge.
yeah.
yep.
And I like it whenever you know there's fishermen that are either happy to see other fishermen or they're jealous that they're on their way to work. But there's always nice people that beep at you and wave
Yeah.
while you're fishing from the other bridge.
What's the other side like? Do you ever,
It's I've never fished it, but it depends who you. I've heard
It's pretty much
different
the same.
opinions. You know, that some people say it's not very good, some people say it's better. So I
Yeah.
can't imagine it's that much different. I mean, there's only
I drug the deeper,
Yeah.
like a mile.
you did. I remember that.
Got a nice map of it now.
A map. Well, just near the
That's how you guys found the white perch.
yeah.
The pockets of them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's little tiny grass beds.
Yep.
So we ran the deeper down. I probably walked a mile, or, just down to one side. And
Speaking of deeper,
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Speaking of deeper,
I just have to throw this out there. We've made a lot of connections and a lot of friends, but I don't really think that anything has been quite as personally epic as having the boys from Lithuania deeper at my house with me being able to like showcase my smoker and my having food for them and have them hang out in my garage and go fishing with them and film with them and take them wet wading in the Susky. Stevie, thank you for setting all that up. You did a lot of hard work. And that was, to me, I think, one of the biggest showcases of our year.
Lucas
it was
said,
fun.
"It is my dream to be fishing here with you guys."
Yes.
They were great guests.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I can't.
They were
stress that enough.
super happy for everything
Yeah,
we did.
very appreciative, and it's a fantastic company.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot to feed them.
It does not.
No, they weren't picky, but I mean,
I'm just saying, like,
doesn't
they don't
take
eat
a
whole
lot.
They don't eat.
you don't think?
I got that 13-pound pan of
No.
mac and cheese out and was like, George, this one's yours. The rest of
Yeah.
them are coming.
What else?
They
Everybody
were
gets one
excited.
themselves.
Oh, they were freaking out how much food we eat.
So we've got a new member of the Deeper team, Max.
Yeah, I heard this.
Yeah. So he's another guy that we're going to get to meet here in a few months. Actually, not even a few months, a few weeks in February. So looking forward to
Now,
meeting Max.
He is now in charge of the Pro Staff Heroes.
Yep. So Max is the new North American
I'm not calling him
Heroes
boss.
guy. You're not?
I call everybody boss, so I might call him boss. And he, hey, boss.
He seems like a pretty
He
cool
seems like
guy.
a nice
so,
guy, yeah.
anxious to meet him.
David Kyle, I want to jump ship. I want to go.
Do you have your life preserver on?
my PDF.
PFD?
My PFD.
PDF?
You can get
Oh,
one
wait,
with
let me pull
a
it.
jacket with one of those.
Let
in
me
it?
pull a
Yeah.
Will. I want to stop you right there
Yeah.
a second because that's what he always does to you, Stevie.
Yeah, all the time.
Speaking of PFDs, as we're recapping the year, I just want to give. I finally can recap and put a number on it from 1 to 10. I'm gonna have to give you a 9.2 for the back double ND that you did off your kayak this year without your PFD. It was pretty good. Ryan still has not given me my rating for falling off mine in April, but recapping the year, it was an amazing thing to be using the deeper, finally find the fish, and I hear Will going, "They're all right here." Splash!
I saved
Turned around.
the deeper, but I lost the
2 cell phones.
2 cell phones.
Happy Mother's Day.
That was on Mother's Day, wasn't it?
Mother's Day.
If
for infamy.
if somebody
will
makes a
forever live in
waterproof floatable cell phone case, give us a call. We would love to test
Yeah.
it for you.
Yeah, there's none of them on the market yet.
Anything.
We found that out after his 9.3.
I want one that's like super ergonomic and you can take a ton of pictures with it.
Not like the bag one. Like
Yeah.
you want like the OtterBox type case
That floats.
that floats though.
I don't know. I'm not going to limit these people if they have an idea.
We will test it.
Floating's key, though.
It is.
Because we
It
were like in
is.
15 feet of water.
18.
We were in 18
I
feet of
vividly
water.
remember.
Did you
that.
try going down for him? Did you?
I did
No.
not in 18 feet of water.
No, it was
not even I can
spring. It was like
free dive 18 feet
it
in
was
the mud to
free
find it.
dive 18 feet in the spring. It's still cold. Like
It was
like
cold.
we were like the first ones on the lake in the kayaks.
It was exactly 4 weeks. Oh, it was exactly 4 weeks after I fell in with Ryan when he bought the Moken. And
When
had
he was
blue-
getting real wet from the paddle.
Yes, and I had blue jeans on, and then I tried to be all cool.
that's right.
Because I stood up on my kayak and fell off of it. And he come over, and I was being all cool, tried to get back in. He's like, "You all right?" And I was like, "No, let's just keep fishing." And dark came, and let's just keep fishing. And just like last night, putting a radiator in my truck laying on the concrete when I was cold, that night when I went in and told Lace when Ryan left, I went, "I'm getting a hot shower, and I'm pretty cold."
Freezing.
Crazy.
Speaking of your PFD,
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to just kind of jump ship here a little
Let me
bit.
stop you there for 1 second. And
I get that one's.
I'm sorry.
That one's getting edited. I'm gonna jump ship here, and I wanted to ask David Kyle. Like, I think there's an interesting phenomenon that happens, and this is specific to a couple of the new guys. And since you're the newest of the new guys, you can answer this. What is it like to have your life kind of like instantly taken over by Rut and River Pursuits? Like, say goodbye to your old friends. You know, you have 8 new ones plus whatever.
Well, at least for this, it was already hunting and fishing, and this just had hunting and fishing with the label of R2 over top of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's at least like a box around the hunting and fishing. The text all the time, that was new. You can wake up in the morning and you have 6 texts already at 6 a.m.
at least.
You're just wondering, did anybody sleep last night? But then you notice there's from Lithuania or from the
England,
the UK, you know,
Canada.
So, yeah, it's been funny to have so much communication with a bunch of dudes, and it's been fun though. Can't complain. A lot of opportunity.
A lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
So you kind of took over our YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that been?
It's good. It's growing. We're gaining subscribers every week. So, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so.
Shameless YouTube plug there from David Kyle.
I have to say, too, that your videos are becoming more and more fun to watch. You're doing really good, bub.
Well, thank you. Having fun with it.
That coming from a guy who's slightly learning how to do them, too. But I like yours.
I don't know how you guys have the time to
it takes hours
to do that,
to
but
sweat
even
doing
to
that.
just film it, like to film it while you're hunting, while you're fishing. I just can't. I don't get it. I honestly,
You have
I've been
to
struggling
remember
with
the
that.
day that you caught your muskie.
Exactly. Yeah.
You have to stop for like 4 seconds for a picture.
Yeah.
You have to stop for 30 seconds to take 30 seconds of film. I guess my point is when you're fishing, you get in this weird zone, you don't stop.
Yeah.
Nothing else exists, which is what I love about it, because you love fishing.
Yeah.
When you came to Florida and you got out of the taxi thing and you pulled up in
The Uber.
Yep, you pulled up in Boog's yard. I was like, "Hi, Stevie," as you walked past me.
Okay.
Yeah, hey. And I'm running behind you with the GoPro, and you had no clue I was recording. You caught your peacock bass, like in, what, first cast?
It was first cast, yeah.
First cast.
Yeah, you just
cast.
make it a part of your fishing. You know,
Yeah.
it's, I'm grabbing my tackle box and my camera case. You know, it's just part of it.
And speaking of new family, friends, epic year, I would like to personally, my biggest highlight, I'd like to throw out there that although I think that Tyler Dunn's probably one of the coolest guys on the planet,
Yeah.
and I love Carrie Z, and Michelle Harms is stupendous,
Yeah.
and we had lots of awesome guests on the show all year, which I love talking to.
Yeah.
I do have to say that I have never, in all of my life and anywhere I've been, have ever found anybody who has more, and honestly, as it's like around Christmas time, so from the heart, has more patience and is more, what's giving with their time than Boog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We
I've
took
never
over.
seen hospitality like that.
We
Like,
took over his life. You know.
I know how tired he must have been because we pushed him.
I was whooped, and I didn't drive anywhere.
He didn't,
you know?
like, as we were getting up trying to get out of the apartment, he already got bait, got breakfast,
Yeah.
and was ready to roll.
Yeah.
Coqueta.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Boog. You honest, going back to what I was saying, I think that you are probably my favorite guest this year
Yeah, and field staff member.
and new field staff member. Earned it completely.
Totally earned it.
Having said that, stop fishing in all my spots down there in Florida. I see you on Instagram. That dude's super cool. Like,
Yeah.
if he lived here, I honestly think that he would probably rank right up there with, like, my top 8 best friends. If not top 2. Little
Makes
bit,
sense. Makes sense.
little
Doing
bit
some
bigger
quick
beard.
math,
He's
yeah.
working on his beard, but it's too hot down there.
Oh yeah.
It's too hot
It
down.
curls up into your chin.
That dude's super cool.
Yeah, we got
We're
to.
talking about Andrew, by the way.
Yeah, we
Andrew
got to get
Pellerin.
with him
Look him up on Instagram. He's catching some nice fish.
all year long. All year long.
I
he's
hate
catching
that
fish.
about
I do
Florida.
too. I do too. I wish it would get cold down there just to make me feel better.
And
but-
even Texas is like that. Casey Bones can fish year round.
Yeah.
Imagine how good your Instagram page would look, Steve, if you could fish year round.
I think for me, yeah, I'm gonna go. Will my big kind of aha shocker is the chicks in general.
How amazing they've been.
All of them. The girls that fish.
Christine Fisher.
Christine
Midwest
Fisher,
Fisher Girl is a powerhouse.
Holy buckets.
massive muskie,
Yeah.
nonstop. She knows what to do.
It doesn't matter what the temperature is. It doesn't matter if she had her hand bitten off by a muskie 5 seconds ago.
She's fishing. Wrap
She's
it up.
fishing.
Let's go.
Wrap it up and roll. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's not just impressive. She's inspiring.
yeah. Casey Bones.
Casey Bones.
Doing, getting skinny.
Living the dream.
Pulling, not pulling.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. We learned so much about that area.
How did I
and-
never think about tattooing my grocery list on me?
You never forget it.
Man, I have no clue why I didn't think of that myself.
Me neither.
But I mean, they have a drive. Like if you watch their Instagrams, the Hannah Barron, the Michelle Harms, and the Carrie Zilka, those girls are living it. It
lives in them though. It's different. Like they
yeah.
take all the publicity away, the cameras, Instagram, Facebook, and they would do it even more.
yeah.
Yep, Hannah and Jeff are. That's their whole lifestyle was just built around this culture of the outdoors. And
I love me some Uncle Jeff.
Uncle
He inspired me to wear short shorts in
Yeah.
Florida.
You did, didn't you?
You had to sit beside me the whole time. I'm like, hey, Stevie, look at here.
In Boog's truck.
I love it. I love it though. I mean, like I said, those girls are inspiring. I
Yeah.
mean, you just can't.
don't get any better than meeting them.
Don't try to compete. They're ahead above the rest.
And not even
like anybody. I mean,
I'm looking forward to this year because I'm sure we'll meet a handful more.
Yeah,
there's more out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we're just getting started and tapping. We're just not. What's the word I'm looking for? This is not a gender thing. This is not something that this outdoors is a lifestyle and a culture that everybody.
Well, they're proving that.
Yeah, they're shining examples, and
it comes so naturally to them. Like what I work hard for to catch, and what I, work hard for to do. It just seems like
Samantha.
I know. Like Samantha, like she works hard, but like shooting a recurve, and they're out with Aaron trapping and all, and they have a family with all these kids, and they're still out there doing it.
They never stop.
When do they sleep? They live it and live it and live it. I mean, Samantha's was on television this year. When do you sleep?
I don't think they do. It is a lifestyle for them. Like it.
I think somebody's not telling me. It's like on Amazon Prime. Can you buy sleep in a can? Because nobody's telling me nothing.
Yeah, it's free shipping. Yeah, absolutely.
2 days.
And you got even past that, some of our older friends are just killing it too. Like Mark Spagnola, Captain Mark, is out there in some frigid cold weather, and he is running now the Maryland Waterfowl guide service, and he is. I'm seeing pictures of. He's killing it this year.
Yeah,
he's killing it.
Him and the pit boss. We had the pit boss on, and Mark Spagnola.
They were fun.
How could you not want to be out with those guys? They're a riot, a blast. Just to talk to, let alone hunt with.
Yeah.
So I mean, but and that kind of brings me around. Those guys are as close to a TV show as you can have without having one.
Yeah.
What kind of brings me around to the reality TV guys. That jumped on our.
How did we get? Like it was strange.
We asked them.
Yeah, but we asked them. But it was just strange how all that just kind of we find these people that we share that common bond in the outdoors, and then but there's like a whole other side of them that we get to learn about, and it's just
like Mick Dodge,
like this. I don't know. That guy was something else.
You learn so much. So much from these guys. And
I love anybody that tells me, listen, the last couple of weeks I walked from Washington to New Mexico just because I wanted to.
Yeah.
Just because it's getting cold up here.
But I don't like shoes. but,
like a modern day Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
And Larry Dahlberg, like back to Larry, having his show and catching big fish. Like the dude, that's all he does is catch monster fish. But he's like, nobody really wants to hear about me catching big fish.
Yeah, he's the most humble guy ever.
It's just ridiculous.
I got
he caught world record fish, but never entered them because he's like
80 some of them.
Yeah, what he says, 70, 80 of these that would have been world records.
Yeah.
But why? Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah, but he knows.
You'd have to make them dead.
See, that's what's great about it. He knows.
You guys remember Spencer Boljak, Two Dogs?
Is my favorite. I love that guy. I've liked him from the shows, just his demeanor and personality. He was, in my opinion, Will Miser talking here.
Yeah.
He was the same guy that he was on his TV show, and I think that is that's the reality part of it. But I feel like he was just a really cool, down to earth, genuine guy on the TV show, Hillbilly Blood. Yeah. But in real life, the same exact dude. He is so cool, so chill, could talk about anything at any time, and he's just one of us. He could literally be sitting,
not
here.
miss a beat if he's sitting with
right
us.
here. Yep.
He wrote a book about it. Wrote a book about all that. Appalachian Ninja.
How cool is that?
That was
drawing the comparisons between Japanese culture and our, what we call the Appalachian or hillbilly culture.
Right.
I couldn't believe how many comparisons. You would never. No one ever tells you that. First of all,
no. Who would have put that together?
Yeah, and you get to really think at the end. you know, those Japanese guys are just a bunch of hillbillies,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Just living across the world.
I love it.
Building trucks.
But I mean, what my biggest takeaway though is, you know, never fight a Jamaican in the dark.
That's what he says. You'll lose.
You'll lose. He's still posting these pretty awesome martial arts videos. You know, he does so much with kids and training people in schools and martial arts schools and survival schools, and it's
seeing him and not knowing him and then talking to him, he was different than I thought. He's like Will said, down to earth.
Yeah,
like just salt of the earth, rather.
Yeah, he's just switched into what it takes to be a man.
Yeah.
You know what it takes to be a genuine, authentic person.
Somebody else that really shocked me that was not anything that I expected. You know, the striper fisherman Dennis, the MMA fighter.
He is. Yeah.
Now, he's another guy that strives to be the best he can be, but yet super cool to talk to and laid back. And
UFC fighter. He's ranked, top ranked featherweight, and man, he is just a riot to hang out with him.
I wasn't on that episode, but that was a great episode to listen to. You know, it just made me laugh the whole time.
Tons of stories.
Yeah, and he was a character. He has a lot of fun with what he does. You know, and just
he's another guy that gets up every day and don't sleep.
Yeah.
So two things, something that you guys might not know about me is that I've been choked out twice in my life. One was by an Army Ranger, and the other one was Dennis Bermudez. He almost put me out. Like I told him, I was put him in rear naked choke, and I saw stars, and
How long did it take? Was it like 5, 6
not
seconds?
long. Yeah.
You do it right. It's quick.
Man,
Yep. So that was pretty funny.
please choke me out.
Yeah, just to see, But I when the Army Ranger did it, I went down hard. And
Did you?
Yeah, and like I obviously don't remember, but I felt like I went like into a dream state, like instantly.
like a time travel.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like I went
I
somewhere.
was standing up, and now I'm on the ground.
And I woke up with, luckily I didn't pee myself, but like I
That'd have been funny.
Yeah, they said I was out for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, the most down to earth. Speaking of dreaming, of, like seeing stars and having the guy who probably has the best job in the world is, and the most down to earth person that I have met out of all these people is Keith Beasley. He gets to hunt with his brothers. He did. I mean, here's a guy that shot for the stars and actually got there.
Yeah.
And they literally just follow him and his brothers around and make a TV show of him just doing what he loves to do. And he is
How about
so
that?
humble.
Yeah.
Pushing tourism.
He isn't any kind of guy that goes, "Hey, I'm Keith Beasley," or "You should know me, I'm Keith Beasley." You walk right by him, and I mean, he'll talk to you for half an hour, don't even tell you who he is.
Yeah.
Like you would never, that guy's.
It's an intelligent conversation.
And I say that for a reason, because I was over talking to Tyler Dunn, and he said hi to me, and I was like, "Oh, hey, buddy," I felt really bad. I'm like, "Hey, hold on a
trying to
second. I'm
talk
talking to
hockey hair
somebody
here."
who does something." Sorry, Keith, but we had him on the show this year and met him in person last year.
Never mind the 10-foot picture behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith's a super cool dude to talk to. Once we actually got to talk to him on the podcast, that was probably one of our most heartfelt podcasts to date, where we got down in kind of like a new level of what hunting means to us. And he I think something in that he brought that out of us, because he does it with his brothers, his family.
Yeah.
And he travels all over Canada doing this stuff.
Yeah. One of the things he said was about when do men hug, and that was, I never really thought of it like that. And weddings, funerals, and when you kill a deer or catch a big fish or something like that. And
I tried to sneak in podcast
and
night,
plug.
And podcast.
It kinda got blurred out.
podcast night.
You can't let out our other brother from Canada, though. I mean, probably the biggest star to me of our show, of our new family. So probably my favorite thing that we've done this year was found and talk to Tyler Dunn.
Yeah.
He is so fun, extremely humble. I haven't got a chance to fish with him yet, but I can't wait to teach him some stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Show him what to do.
I mean, learn from him, but teach him some stuff.
He was another one we met at the outdoor show. I remember you coming
He's
to
so
grab
much-
us.
He's
you know?
so much fun to talk
Yeah,
to.
I talked to this guy.
Some people have this weird, like, little air around them.
Little gravity.
Yeah, and you just want to talk to him because they're a happy person. Their spirit's happy, and he's happy because he's doing what he loves to do. And if you ever, like, every time we talk to him, hey, bud, what are you doing? I'm redding up from today, and you know I'm getting all my stuff back in order, getting ready to go back at it tomorrow. He fishes hard.
I just
every
finished
day.
hammering the steelhead this morning, and I'm going out tomorrow for smallies.
Yeah.
And in the evening, I'm going.
breaking the ice, and you know, so we can wade the river in my ripped waders, and
man.
be all right. It's only my left leg that gets cold. Yeah,
I love the outdoor show catfish. Like
There's nothing like them.
Nobody hunts at the outdoor show as hard as catfish does. So I mean, like
I just sit back and wait.
Come on, I gotta show you
Okay.
something. You gotta
Here we
talk to
go.
this guy. I've been talking to him for 3 days now. Like I've been with you for 3 days. When do you make time? Oh, whenever I went to, when I got to get that crab cake. Yeah, I talked to this guy.
I met 47 people on the way to the crab cake place.
Oh, like anyway, it's hilarious. Like how what's next? You just follow catfish, and
Oh, I hear you.
I enjoy it.
he's like a pointer to cool dudes. But yeah, Tyler's doing some cool work with reality TV up in Canada.
I haven't heard much about that, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors. It's like the next Avengers movie coming out. They show you
Little
somebody
blips.
leaked a picture behind the scenes
Yeah.
that Captain America has a beard, and I'm going, what? And I hear these little things about Tyler Dunn's working with a camera crew, and he grew a beard. I'm like, what? You better grow a beard, Tyler.
You've been talking to Tyler Dunn all week.
I only said that once.
That was awesome.
I perked up
and
as
then-
much during that statement. Who said that, by the way? Who was
Stevie?
Stevie's like, I've been talking to Tyler.
We're trying to get him on the show.
I had the same look on my face whenever we were talking to Casey Bones, and she was talking about dolphins having their way with each other.
Dolphin procreation.
And Phil over there bounced right off his cell phone, poked up and grabbed his microphone. He's like, so let's talk about this.
I was listening to that episode this week again, and oh my goodness.
Uncle Buck loves
that-
dolphin procreation.
No, it's such a crazy year, and then you got to bounce right over to Ant Glasgow Jr.
I missed it. I still haven't talked to him.
The rock and roll predator fisherman.
I need to talk to this dude because I look at all his pictures, and I want to move next to him somewhere, wherever he lives, and go fishing every day. And I just, same as Tyler, I feel that I would hit it off with that guy because he's got the same type of, don't care attitude as long as I get to go out. Mm-hmm. Make it fun at all costs.
It's madness, It really is. Those guys are just mad about fishing. It doesn't matter how. Like Ant said, he was making stuff just to be able to fish. He was making his own stuff at one point.
Yeah.
Those guys are. They're not a dime a dozen, and when we picked up 2 of them, right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the whole reason I made that little collage up so that I could, tell Tyler and Ant, hey, pay attention to me. Look, I fished too. Remember I sent it to you and you're like, wow, but it was a good year.
Yeah. No, it was a phenomenal year. You made that bass montage, and it was ridiculous.
It was a good year bass fishing this year. Fishing for everything. Soda's Point.
Oh, that was.
I'm sorry you weren't there, but the little tiny bird that landed on my fishing rod was one of those moments in life that just went, yeah. We're sitting on a boat in the middle of Ontario, Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
And you
can't see land.
Can't see anything. It's so foggy. And Lacey's driving the boat, this
with $200,000 boat.
Yeah,
or something.
$200,000 boat with twin 454s on it.
What is it? 3-meter Triton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guys like in the back, and these little birds are landing on the boat because they can't find land. And we're sitting there, and Brother Will goes, "This rod just went." I mean, it was like that night when that big flathead smashed that rod on the kayaks and stole all our crap. And I looked over at Will and was like, "Bub, that was nice.
That was a big one.
That was a big fish." Yeah,
I will not forget that.
That was the moment where this rod went down, and I'm looking around going, "Hey, grab it!" And the captain's yelling, "Grab it!" And everybody stood back and like, "Nope, get it, catfish, get it." I'm like, "No, I can't do it.
That's not me.
It's not me.
It's not my turn." I'm like, no, it's your turn, dude. It's your trip. Go.
I loved that episode with Captain Jim for that reason, because I knew you were not necessarily out of your element, but that was not.
You were out of your element.
You were out of your element.
I was.
That's not necessarily a species you normally fish for.
I didn't even know how to fish with all that stuff he had.
Yeah.
You didn't have to bait a hook. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do a thing, and that was probably the most awkward thing, watching you fumble around with
I loved hearing
yourself.
about it.
I ate M&M's most of the day. Didn't know what to do with my hands.
He wasn't doing a thing except for reeling in fish.
To hear about catfish catching trout was that was cool.
Well, not only that, it was a complete surprise, trip too. I didn't even know what I was doing. We went up to this quaint little town, stayed in this awesome old
Soda's Point,
old captain's house, and it wasn't far from the docks. And this captain that we met, Captain Jimmy Del Rio, was. I mean, I say this a lot, but we've met a lot of really laid back, salt of the earth, hardworking masters at what they do this year. We could have had a podcast this year where we met lots of people. The quality of the people we met this year is unmatched.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not just one person surprised us. It's just on and on and on of just the difference between Captain Jimmy Del Rio's amazing guide personality, super laid back to let my wife drive his boat around in the fog on a flooded lake with logs flying around. I'll not just drive it all day. Going in that same laid back mentality goes right to Uncle Jeff from Alabama. So we go from Lake Ontario to Uncle Jeff in Alabama, Jeff Barron.
Come on with it. You guys want to get it done? Come on.
And within minutes, he's like, "Come on down. We'll teach you how to noodle catfish." And he is the salt of the earth too. Super. Uncle Jeff, if you listen to this, I want to tell you something. This is between me and you. Nobody else can hear us.
Not at all.
I'm now a giant fan of August short shorts. Short britches.
Short britches.
Short britches.
I'm not sure my buddies around me like it, but they'll have to now get used to it. Now, I'm going to add a key element to it. No shirt, black suspenders on the short shorts.
Yeah, wow.
I think that's going to make Mr. August for the calendar.
Well, the short shorts were nice, but without the belt, they were kind of falling down.
I was hoping you were going to add underwear to the outfit, but...
Well, you can't do that. They're too short. Oh, man. And then his daughter, Hannah, blowing up everything. She's one of the hottest things in the industry right now. Doing amazing things. They were just in Kentucky hunting deer. They were in North Carolina hunting bear this week.
Yeah.
And we got a chance to talk to her, and she was living in this little tiny house they built.
Tiny house.
Yes.
You can't
Get with the
open
program.
Instagram or Facebook and not see Hannah Barron.
She loves it. She lives it. Yep. Absolutely loves being out there. So I have to say, though, that one of the coolest dudes we met at the Great American Outdoor Show last year, personality-wise, brain just constantly wheels are cranking to help everybody in that industry that everybody's doing good.
You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. He genuinely wants to help people.
Yes.
He wants to better the hunt.
It is
does.
Randy
That's what he does.
Staubenhagen. Did I say it?
Yes.
I get your last name wrong, Randy. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. Randy Staubenhagen.
Randy, you're on top of your game, boss. I mean, the things that you're doing are making everybody's life easier on some of the hardest aspects of the hunting world.
Talk about a hard worker. You see his day job,
Yeah.
moving gigantic rocks and
Awesome little landscape features.
And then driving all over the country for months.
yeah.
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 And that guy's a blast. I mean, like
He's a laugh a second. You
Yeah.
get him and Phil together.
If
and
Uncle
just
Buck was here
forget about
tonight, he would now. This is so. I'm going to speak for Uncle Buck. This is where Uncle Buck would interject
Yeah.
and go, "This is my turn to talk," because his favorite person all year is his like altar person that he magnetized with all year is Randy Staubach.
yeah.
You know, his favorite person that he met all year, Phil, was Randy Stoppenhagen.
Do you
It
think
was-
it was Randy?
Yes.
It was like a magnet pointing to true north.
But guys, Phil and Randy are just the same person. I mean, just amazing. Like just their energy.
I don't.
I can't say anything more about that.
Let me tell you, it is so amazing to see the connection between Phil and Randy Staubenhagen.
Yeah, it makes
When those
sense.
two are together, it was really cool. No,
Yeah.
Randy,
We're making
dude,
fun of Phil.
We're
Yeah,
picking
not
on
you.
Phil.
we're your bow mitt that you have had out there is, I've shot it, and you told me all about it at the show, and I was one of the skeptics to look at it because you even said that some people look at it and like it's great. And Ryan, that is not here tonight, he's all about it too.
Yeah,
I can't wait to use it after Christmas and actually see
Yeah.
if I can hold the bow all day and put it to, because this will be my first year to put it to the true test.
Yeah.
It's getting cold out already, a week away. So
I had it out for the last, one of the last days of our archery season. It did get cold enough to have it on, and it was great.
Was it?
Yeah, I liked it. It was comfortable to use.
What
So,
pattern do you have?
I think I have the tree stand, mossy oak tree stand.
That's cool.
I'll tell you, laugh a minute, that boy
Laugh a minute.
out there in Idaho.
if you actually get a deer in late season, they do. I just think it tastes better. They're not stressed out, and they haven't been running all rifle season. In the early season,
They're fatty too. Like they're
Yeah.
ready for winter.
they're ready for winter. But Sarah Bomar could probably teach me how to make that even better. Like, I love venison.
sure of it.
I love
Not
it when the
probably.
venison's
She
better.
just- that- I mean, we've cooked a bunch of stuff out of that cookbook, and it's changed my life. And in one dish in particular is pizza chili.
Pizza chili.
Oh my God, I didn't have that. Nice.
Why didn't we have that tonight?
Because we buy a stromboli every week.
Okay.
You know who's even a bigger giant fan of Sarah Bomar than we are? Is Miss Lana.
She
Yeah.
was
She
was
is.
awesome this year.
That was a great
was
podcast.
Leanna put together some cool stuff for us.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep, thankful for that. And Sarah was great.
What was that? Was
Real
that-
humble and fun.
They really get after it. They hunt a bunch of different species throughout the year, go places. They're just a neat family.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
she seems like a work. You can't be in shape like that and not be a workaholic. It was amazing to me how she went from, was it vegan or vegetarian?
Either one,
Yeah,
same to me.
to-
She wasn't eating meat.
Wasn't eating meat.
Yeah, to what she
She was
is now and
vegetarian,
how
I
she
think.
she put on the more muscle by eating.
She's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't
she's
arm wrestle her.
No, a physical presence.
Yeah.
And and girls that can do that still look like a girl, but hold their own in the woods and stuff. Oh, give me a break.
Yeah.
She's so built, but she's petite.
Like height wise.
Yeah. Like somebody else I know. who's one of the most characteristic, crazy fun. Not saying he's little, but he's little. People we've met all year.
Oh yeah.
He's a monster.
Oh my gosh, guys!
He's a monster.
Oh, he is a monster. Monster Mike.
Wait, when did you guys meet him? I never heard about
You
this.
never heard about us fishing and for peacocks and monster, Mike?
No.
One
Oh
of the
my gosh, guys! I just caught a peacock bass.
Super
I
fun,
don't
dude.
remember if we talked about it on the podcast with him, but we were in Boog's truck and there were two front seats and then there's a center console in between the two front seats.
in a ram.
Five big dudes. 5 dudes. That's us. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Sean's there. Catfish.
There's no lack
Stevie,
of size in those
Will.
dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all in this nice ram, and And we're like, "Oh, we're gonna meet Monster Mike. Where is he gonna meet us out? Or where are we going?" And Boog's like, "Yeah, we gotta pick him up." And we're like,
What do you mean pick him up?
Ride in the back.
Who's gonna hold him?
So yeah, we basically had to hold him like a baby.
Yeah, he sat
There's-
in the center
There's
console
like
between
one
the seats.
picture of you guys on, I don't know if it's a bridge or something, but there's definitely like a wall.
Yeah,
right?
that was
like say like
awesome.
a cattle chute wall. You guys, and he's like
That was a
everybody
2D
else's height.
taxidermy picture of the week.
Like he's the same like eye level as everybody else, but his feet are like 3 feet off the ground because he's like up on top of the wall, and you guys are all standing. That's just, that picture cracks me up every time I see it.
His Instagram does it no justice, like how
Yeah.
short he is, but just full of energy. He's a
if
riot.
his
Yeah.
enthusiasm would equate to height, the dude would be 100 feet tall. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
He's just
He's a
Man.
fishing machine
Oh,
too.
definitely.
He doesn't. He
Just-
loves fishing. You can tell it's ingrained into his DNA.
Another huge credit to him. I think he's bringing the youth into fishing too.
Yeah.
With his videos.
yes, he is.
He's making fishing not a
Making
boring
Old
fish-
sport.
man's boring
making fishing
sport.
sexy again.
Yeah, like he
Those
brings the
guys
energy to it.
Get
Like,
jacked up over every fish. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's
Yep. but like
10
there was
inches or
one video
10
I watched
pounds.
of him, and like this is what made me like really give him credit was like some kids saw him at like a grocery store and were like, hey, oh, you're Monster Mike, and like those kids knew him from watching the videos and are interested in fishing. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Kudos to him for
The
that.
other guys here too that we talked to this year that are doing the same exact thing, like pushing things in the right direction for the next generation, were Tom and Nick from Become One. I mean, the most amazing.
Yeah, they got their TV shows rocking. They
Doing
got their
amazing
first
stuff.
season down.
Yeah.
It was awesome to talk to those guys.
Yep, Become One. It was a big year for I can't believe how we're just rifling through all these things, and it's just one. I feel bad if we even remotely forget.
Speaking of teaching people, the Salt Strong guys, Joe and Luke, they took their clothing company and now they're doing full-time fishing education. Not selling clothing
But
anymore.
I mean, I know you short shifted me there, but I feel bad if we if we forget somebody.
Scott Lennox, who's on
OC.
fishing
Hooked on
OC,
OC.
Hooked on OC.
Yeah, it's a great
Oh,
show.
and we could go on and on. The Traeger guys.
Pit Bulls.
Traeger guys, Pit Boss, the
Yeah.
guys from Badlands Packs. It just
This
Blake
year,
Van Tussenbrook,
yeah.
we could wrap this all up in one
Denny from Traeger, salt
simple.
of the earth. Love that man.
This year has been epic. It has been.
I don't know
really
any
good
other
year.
word for it.
Who in this podcast, like the group, like let's not necessarily field staff, whatever, like the podcasters, like the core group of guys that are on the mics every week, week in, week out.
Yeah.
If we had to have, like, in here, I know everybody's not here to vote and stuff like that. Nobody matters. It's just our
Nobody matters.
Our opinion matters the most. But if you had to pick one guy that kind of like stood out for like stepping up and just doing crazy stuff this year, where they normally, I don't know, surprise you the most. I mean, we can all have a different opinion. It doesn't matter, but like.
Oh, mine's Stevie, hands down.
I was going to say that too. Mine is Stevie.
From somebody who would have never had it just went fishing by himself the rest of his life. For you two as cousins to get together
We
and
gelled.
get the podcast
I honestly
from that last year till this year, it's giant, huge, massive leaps and bounds. I mean, he's getting guys from across the pond to come see us, and he's writing layouts for us to make sure the podcast runs smoothly and
Making us
sure
look good.
making sure our guests are comfortable, and more work, and not only that, but the laughter and the energy and the personality that you bring to the podcast is beyond anybody else here.
Yeah, thanks.
I like it.
Your extensive knowledge of hunting just is
It's
impressive.
dazzling.
Is impressive.
I'm glad you brought that up because
sickens me.
I don't think I get enough
Credit.
credit
Yeah.
for
I mean, you know everything.
For my own
You can
knowledge.
speak to it all, and you just sometimes
I don't.
Sometimes you don't because
you don't
know
want
it's
to be
overwhelming.
that guy that knows everything.
Like you don't want to be Mr. Encyclopedia
Exactly.
on hunting.
Like you just
Exactly.
don't want to
It's
go
not.
out of your way to put it in
You can't
people's.
make us look bad every week.
This is a team effort.
Well, cheers, bud. No,
Yeah.
my vote's for
This
you.
is a team effort.
The only time you repeat somebody is when you want to make fun of them, and I love that.
The only time I repeat someone is when I want to make fun of them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it.
That doesn't sound like me.
No, but that's great. I mean, you're not repeating things just to fill time or fill air.
I don't know, buddy. To get MVP, it's pretty big. It's pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
so.
thanks. I appreciate it. I got to disagree with you guys.
Your laughter fills up a lot of airtime. boss.
Here, let me interject though. So
Go ahead, bud.
So I'll disagree first.
Okay.
I second them, but I also want to give a first runner up of Ryan. Not only did he take my job before I got the opportunity to, he
Of
got
being
in.
the new guy?
Yeah, be the new guy. When he came in, I was like, man, I thought I was going to get asked, but I wasn't asked.
That dude,
It took a couple
literally-
more months for me to get, an invitation to the mic.
That guy
But-
told us he was going to be on our podcast before we bought a mic.
So he called a shot.
Before we even bought a mic, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll give him credit there, but no, like he's come into fishing, and his enthusiasm for bass fishing has made me have renewed enthusiasm towards bass fishing. I kind of have stepped away from it for a couple years, and have gotten the bug back because of him. He got that kayak, bought some rods, bought some lures.
He went
and
balls to the wall.
He went into
Anyhow.
yeah, and he's catching them too. So my runner up would be Ryan.
If I was going to get an MVP for most improved outdoorsman of the year, it would be Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he literally took to bass fishing and went from level 1 to level 86 in 3 short months.
Yeah.
He caught that monster channel cat.
Yeah, I was there. That was
That's
great.
why I bought him a fish scale.
Yeah.
And a tape measure right in it.
I never-
So we could have done all of that.
I've never seen anything so bulbous. That
It
thing
was a fat little pig.
was a pig.
on a kayak yet. That's
Yeah.
what was hilarious for me.
No, I'm right there with you, DK. I was thinking Ryan Badera, the exact same. The way he handled the deeper guys, I know they fell in love with him because
The camera just loved
the
him.
camera loves Ryan, the mic loves Ryan. Like anytime I ask, we need somebody to make a video, we need somebody to do this, somebody to do that. It's Ryan. He just does it. He does it no matter what, and.
He doesn't have no in his heart.
He doesn't. You can't have no in your heart, and Ryan doesn't. And I think he is. There's an article that Ryan wrote in a bass magazine,
Bass Anglers magazine.
Bass Anglers magazine. Yeah. So
It's the winter edition.
the winter
Hitting
edition,
newsstands now.
I think it's in there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess, we all have our things. We all have our growth, this year. Catfish, like the only man I know that whips a whopper plopper in the ocean. You never know, brother.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm fumbling around here, but the thing is like, no matter what, like you can tell, you can lead a catfish to water, but you can't make them not whip a whopper plopper. And
That's true.
Yeah.
he, like Boogs, like, all you need is this here hook, and all you need is this here minnow, and that's it. Nothing else. Just put it on and let the minnow swim away. Open your bail, let the minnow swim away. And, it's just catfish.
Nope.
Hold on. Let me whip this out a couple times, And he whips his whopper plopper halfway across. And he got like 2 fish to roll, his stuff. But it was, I was just, I'm proud of him. Even though it doesn't work right away, he's going to make it, like, will it to work. He's going to make it something happen at some point. And nobody else can do that like you do.
Well, I appreciate it. You
Yeah.
take that same mentality to the Great American Outdoor Show. Push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just push it.
Keep throwing it till they bite.
Yeah, that's true.
If they don't bite, just sit down, eat popcorn until they just
But
realize
if
you're
they-
not.
if they
like
don't-
that Marine guy did that we talked to that was selling at Targets. Hey, bub, why don't you talk to me? Because I'm going to have a seat right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I want to talk to you.
Just
I know you don't want to talk to me right now, but give me 5 minutes.
eat this crab
And then
cake
he said-
sandwich.
Yeah. And then he was super cool once he.
I'll wait till you're done chewing. And that
appreciate the
our
word.
brother Phil. I can't say enough.
There's nobody that loves this podcast more than Phil. He's
I
the heart
can't
of
say
this
enough
podcast.
about him, and as much as I pick on him, and as much as he brings to the table this brilliant, bright light of energy.
I think
that-
it's a bright light that he brings to the table.
He pushed harder than he's ever pushed, and it doesn't. It might not compare to to different people, but Phil versus Phil, it like night and day. The man is becoming. We've opened something up. We've opened the door.
I love the fact that he won't quit.
No.
Here it is. Years later, still hasn't gotten a deer. Doesn't want one. He's never wanted one more,
Yeah.
and he won't quit.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah. And he went out by himself a couple times.
Yeah.
And which is huge. I mean, he's used to maybe going 75 yards behind his house or something like that. But
Feels
now
so
he's
great.
going into the mountains. He's learning the ways of the hunters, and he's just soaking it up.
And you know what I love about the podcast with Phil is throughout this year, if you ever worked a job with somebody very close and you can work around them without having to talk to them, can kind of hand things off, and they know what you're doing next. A lot like what we do with the surgeons. I can look over at Phil and just read his eyes and know, oh no,
Here he comes.
here he comes, and then I can look over and go, and he knows when it's kind of
Give him that
enough.
nod,
Yeah. and that's he sometimes needs that.
Oh,
Because he'll go, and it's his passion. He'll go and go and go.
he's like
epic. Awesome.
a shadow, too. Like he's always there, and I love that. Like, especially when we're getting ready to go into show season, he's the first one to grab your pack off your back. He's the first one to. Do you need something? He takes great care of you. He just loves us, and he loves being a part of this.
So Will, you're our visionary. The one that kind of steers the rudder.
Well,
You're our visionary,
I
the
steer
one that
that
kind
udder.
He pulls the udder, not pulls, but he pulls the udder in the right direction.
you steer the rudder of
on my
this
pulling
ship
skiff.
when you're pulling on the pulling skiff of R2. What do you see coming down the pipe for next year? What's your? I know you got some things up your sleeve.
50,000-foot view of next year.
What's your 50,000-foot view? Where are you taking us? Where?
We're gonna become a little bit more visual. I think we're gonna see.
I don't know what that means.
You're gonna see us more. You're gonna be.
See us more where?
We're gonna do some more videos. Oh, get you some.
Oh, that's what
we're
I'm
gonna-
talking
no,
about.
but you're gonna be a lot more visual, and hopefully we can get some apparel out there this year that the kind of guys want to represent. Some of our super fans, we haven't even mentioned those guys.
That's a show on its own.
Love our friends and our super fans. But to have us out there a little bit more up front, it's kind of what I've learned this year is just kind of for us to not be afraid to put ourselves out there, and because that's the difference. Like Casey Bones, 1,000 pictures a week.
Yeah.
Everybody's just pumping stuff out regularly, and so it's necessary to follow along.
And it's not that we're not doing things.
Yeah.
I mean, we're constantly out there. Constantly. One of us every day, at least, is out there.
Just
The hard part is with social media in the world right now that you can throw out all you want and you can get lost in the. It's just so much. It's so fast. You click on Instagram and start scrolling. Turn your phone off to answer. Turn your phone off to answer. Go back on. There's 7,000 more pictures. Mm-hmm. It's not the fact that we just get whitewashed out. But here's the difference between my brothers and the rest of the world, and we're no different than anybody else. However, the guys out there and the girls out there that do know us and have talked to us and have learned of us have all become family, and that's what we said earlier.
Yeah.
They all come back. We just wish that we could have enough time to meet more people in 1 year. So next year's going to be just as epic.
Yeah, I think
we're going to
so.
grow the family every year. It's only our first year. 5 years from now, our family will be pretty big.
We have a newsletter coming out. It's going to be just a monthly mailer that you can sign up for.
I got a little sneak preview of that.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it a lot. That was cool.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And I think to be a little more current with things, we're starting to do shows more regularly that are more guest centric.
I love the guest centric shows.
But we're losing relative to time. So like our things aren't as time sensitive anymore.
I love the time sensitive shows.
So in order to like serve two masters, I think we're going to break up our week into two shows. And we're going to have a show, basically, the Sonic Campfire.
Like we're doing.
Which is what we're doing now.
Normally, yeah.
And then we'll have a second show called The Current.
Current.
In the Current, yeah.
So we'll have the Sonic Campfire.
Sonic Current.
And In the Current. So you can be in the fire and the current all in the same week.
Yeah, you can be, which is
or
the current.
At the fire.
The Current's just like, what are we doing this week? What's new with us?
Yeah.
And you can keep up with us in the Current.
So we'll release those probably 2 separate days throughout the week, right?
I suspect that to be the case.
That's a great idea.
So, yeah, I look forward to just another big year and just keep this thing rolling. I hope everyone else is having a great time like we are. I mean, if we didn't do this, we'd still be doing our fun stuff.
Yeah. No doubt.
But this just icing on the cake, this is why we eat honey buns.
So we've got the next biggest thing for us, I think, is the outdoor show, right?
A couple of us are going to ATA.
ATA, and that's January, yep.
In the January.
Yeah.
Then Great American Outdoor Show February.
Yep. So if you're at ATA or you're at the Great American Outdoor Show, you're going to see us.
Yeah.
Stop and say hi.
Seriously.
Maybe be on a podcast.
Yeah, and right now is a great opportunity to say we're now building our spring show season, so episodes and stuff like that. If you have products or you have people that or
just topics you want to learn more about,
let us know, or please get a hold of us. We'll dive into it and we'll make fun of it like we always do. No, but we'll have fun and we'll learn a lot. Yeah. How much have we learned this year? It's been crazy.
It's nuts.
All right, guys. You have anything else?
That's a show.
It's an awesome year.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Thanks to all the listeners that helped make this such an awesome year for us.
Guys, Kyle, I mean, everybody that kind of, all you guys putting stuff into it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to short drift you there, Stevie.
You always short drift me.
But, I mean, Phil, David, Kyle, Ryan, Catfish, Tall Kyle, Stevie.
Well,
I love you guys so much, and I can't thank you enough. And the field staff guys, Brad Boog, Sammy P, and Sean Holsinger. I just, you guys make it, that much better. And like I said, this is crazy. Good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for your hard work. And where can they find us?
Everybody, you can find us at RuttenRiverPursuits.com. You can find us at R2 Pursuits on Instagram and Twitter. Rutten River Pursuits Podcast on YouTube and Rutten River Pursuits Podcast on Facebook. Follow us and like us individually. And give
R2 David Kyle.
that one. Yeah, you can find that
That's
one.
a good follow.
Yeah.
I follow that one.
The R2 Buck one. That's getting popular.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Right on.
Some Stevie fishing coming up.
We're getting there.
I'm going to change my name. I don't think people...
It's hard to find the Darkwater 737
Maybe I'll change my name.
for 2018.
Yeah.
I like the Darkwater, though.
But,
I do too.
Give us a rating and a comment, a review. Rating and review on iTunes. That'd
Please.
be awesome.
And Phil will read it.
Yes, he will.
I don't think that that's really inspired anybody to write us one.
Phil won't read it. How's that?
Yeah, we'll make sure.
We promise. Phil won't read it.
Prove to us that you gave us a review when you see us at a show, and we'll give you a sticker.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay?
We
Fair
like
enough.
giving stickers.
What about a hat?
I don't know. I'm still. We got.
You got to give us like 10 reviews.
You got to give him.
100 reviews.
We'll just give him Ryan's hat.
We'll give you Ryan's hat.
We've been known to give us our own hats away.
All right. Goodbye, 2017. This is a great year.
It's an awesome year.
Everybody have a good New Year's. Be safe.
Yep.
See ya.
Rig 'em weedless.
Peace.
Here, before we do this is yours for Christmas.
Oh, you got the.
No way.
That's the trophy.
You've
Is
earned
it?
You've earned it.
No way.
MVP.
MVP.
Oh, nice.
You son of a bee.
Thanks, bud.
Not many people get them.
That's his best arrowhead.
Is it? Man.
That raises you a level. Now you're.
Oh man.
Now you're not a brother. You're my family.
Thank you.
The only other person that got one that ain't my family was the weird kid that gave me a massage, but I figured he earned it too.
Yeah, he did. He got in there deep.
But Sarah Bowman is invited to my house anytime.
Sarah Beaumont.
Sarah Bowmore. That's what I said. Isn't that what I said?
Bowman.
Sarah Bowman is invited to my.
You said Sarah Bowman.
You got Fisher girl's name wrong 55 times. I'm getting crap for getting Sarah's name wrong.
We can edit it.
All right, let me do it again.